Ow. Radio on fire. Ow. We don't stop. You gonna see my beautiful Hello everybody, my name is Liera and I am your host for Radical Discussions. For those who haven't tuned in to Radical Discussions, I'm just going to give you a brief description on what the show entails. So Radical Discussions is a live broadcast that focuses on social or political issues, events, or topics that I feel like affects the community or some things around the world. This week on Radical Discussions, I have two beautiful melanin sisters that I have with me. Before I introduce them, I'm going to introduce a little bit more about myself. My name is Liera Chambers. I work a basic 9 to 5 and I have a business called Love Has No Face. Love Has No Face, I host different events and fundraisers to show people that love is deeper than the physical. Okay. Love is deeper than the physical. Yeah, that's enough about me. It's not about me tonight. It's about these young ladies. We're going to do some storytelling. But before I get into the topic, let's introduce them. Sierra, tell them who you are, where they can find you, and what you do.
I am Sierra Leone. I do everything good.
Everything good? Okay. Good like what?
Girl, listen.
I'm ready for, give us a rundown. What do you have coming up? What do you do?
I have my event Conversations that's coming up.
Conversations.
July the 24th.
Tell them what Conversations is.
It's just like a restorative women's event. Kind of like this, but, you know, a bunch of us in a circle talking our talk. All the shit we can't say.
Absolutely.
And what else? Oh, the UW Women's Retreat. That's August the 25th and the 26th on Raven Paris. What else am I working on? I don't know. My mind's a little boggled. I'm a teacher. Let's start there.
Let's start there. What do you do?
I teach creative writing and theater. And yeah, that's just me. I'm like an experience. I can't really put it into words.
Everything positive. Get that, guys. Just everything positive, not negative. Okay. Alana, tell us about you, what you do, what do you have coming up, your brands, etc.
Yeah. Hi, Lear. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
My name is Alana Nicole, and I'm a poet. I'm a nonprofit consultant. I'm the current digital strategist for Impact Hub Baltimore, as well as a space activation manager there. I also have my own startup. It's called Brown Tech, where I'm creating viable options for creatives in Baltimore. We do a little bit of equipment rentals and production assistance. I've been doing production assistance with like Artscape and Light City and things like that. I have my open mic, which happens every second and fourth Wednesday at Impact Hub Baltimore, 10 East North Avenue. And that will be happening on Artscape weekend during Artscape at Theater Project. On July 22nd, and you can follow me for more details at Alana Nicole on all social media, ALANAHNICHOLE.
Sierra, yeah, you didn't tell them where they can find you.
Oh, Sierra Leone, CIERRALIONE. On everything.
On everything.
Well, except for Twitter, because that's just not my thing. But Instagram, I'm lit. I'm lit on Instagram.
She's lit on Instagram. She's lit. Okay. So, let me tell you why I chose you two today. I told you briefly why I did, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth. I felt like the topic today, I wanted to have more of a table conversation rather than just interviewing. You know, we actually share different stories, and I also ask you guys questions. I think that you guys possess a great energy that I felt like was going to be good for the topic. So that's exactly why I chose. Like, soon as I thought about the topic, I immediately messaged you guys. I was like, they better say yes, or I'm going to be like, why? Why ain't no you want to come on my show? I'm nice. Like, come on my show. Come on my show. So the topic that we're going to be discussing tonight is sex and intimacy. And let me clarify, I am a lady. I will not be talking all graphic and crazy. I may say a little curse words from time to time, and I'm going to be as descriptive as possible, and I know with these young ladies, they will as well. So it's not going to be your average sex stories and intimate stories, and hopefully you will learn some things from the three of us tonight. So before we jump into the initial question, how did y'all feel when I asked y'all to be a part of my topic of sex and intimacy? Like, what did you think? What came through your mind when I asked you?
Can I speak first?
Yes, absolutely.
I was immediately attracted to intimacy. I'm not really, I guess I'm sensual, but mostly for my partners. But I'm okay with intimacy. Intimacy is just closeness. So I didn't feel any kind of way. I actually felt excited to change the narrative of that topic.
Absolutely. That's the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. How'd I feel?
Yeah, how did you feel, ma'am?
I felt like naturally, I was like, okay, this makes sense because I've been invited to other realms and like platforms to talk about similar topics, and you know, while sex and intimacy aren't like mutually exclusive to me, they're something that are familiar. Okay. So I mean, I'm excited to like talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Well, I want to focus more on sex and intimacy. Not necessarily as friends. That's a whole different story. I don't even want to talk about. We're gonna stick with dating, like so when you talk to your relationship, those feelings. I don't want to know about you had sex with your friend around the corner and that intimacy was lit. I don't want to know about that. Okay? No, we're not gonna talk about that. So when you hear sex and intimacy, how do you distinguish the two? What are the differences? Alana, tell me how you feel about it.
Okay. Sex is sex. It's penetration. It's one person connecting with another person in the forms of like penetration and or like rubbing, or like, I feel like sex is like an energy for me also. Okay. So it could be like an extreme closeness. I mean, like a very like, I've experienced like orgasm without touch. So like it's very you gotta save that kundalini energy up and like really just bang it out. But anyway, intimacy is just again like a closeness, but also I experience intimacy in friendships and closeness with just communication and like articulating my feelings to people. So yeah, that's how they're different to me.
Okay. What about you, Sierra?
I see sex more as an act, not necessarily feelings involved.
Okay.
Definitely exchange of energy, but not consciously.
Okay.
I think intimacy is awareness of your attraction, and yeah, just like feeling. It's just like a closeness, but you definitely feel it. Sex, you don't. There are people who have sex and they don't feel it. They just do it.
Right.
There are living beings that have sex, but they're not thinking, "Oh, I love this."
Right.
They're just. It's an act.
Right.
A physical act.
Physical act. Okay. Now I'm glad you said physical, because when I think of sex and intimacy, I look at sex as any physical type of action. If you touch body parts that I can't go outside and show people, any type of physical, because for some reason I seen something online that people said fellatio is not sex, it's just fellatio, which I don't understand.
It's a lot of things going around that has
I don't understand that, but it's like that's sex. That's a part of the sex family. Like I don't understand what they're thinking about, but okay. Yeah. Intimacy to me is more so a personal connection with one person. And I think that people think that they can share intimacy with multiple people, which you could depend on the relationship, but I feel like intimacy more with your partner is a connection that you really didn't feel with another person. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's different to have an intimate connection versus a sexual connection. Like I always look at sex as it's an orgasm. It felt good for the moment. But intimacy is like a free feeling that you feel like every day. Like it's just free and so sensual. I love it. I love it. I love intimacy. When you no, seriously, I do. And I don't think that people really realize too that with sex and intimacy there are different forms. Like when I googled it, because I googled like different forms of sex.
I Google everything.
Yeah, I had to Google it. I was like, I wonder what's the different forms. It said there's 13 different forms.
What?
Yeah, it said that.
Honestly,
listen,
13 different forms.
I was like, ooh,
intimacy?
No, sex.
Listen, so I was thinking differently. I was like, so it's this position, that.
I mean, what are we thinking? Positions or what?
No, and it wasn't even. It was just talking about like the reasons why quickies or I'm mad at you and you have sex. Like that's how they
that's not 13 different times.
That's why I was mad.
That's like different reasons why I have sex.
But when I looked at it, I was like, oh, this about to be juicy. It's 13 different ways. I don't even know about it. Teach me. It's like, oh, sex in the morning. Oh, sex after.
That's that cosmopolitan
hours.
bullshit.
Like,
can I say that?
This? You can say that.
Okay.
So, I got a quick thought that just came to my mind. How do y'all feel about fetishes? Do y'all think fetishes are sex?
I think that fetishes are sex. That's crazy. I was gonna ask you that. Like, what different forms do you feel like lies under sex? And I think that fetish is like one of them. That's some nasty shit, though.
I don't think fetishes is sex to me.
It's not.
Because I've had like somebody who had a foot fetish who just wanted to like smell my feet, lick my toes, and like
they don't want to have
get
sex
pictures
with you
of my
afterwards?
feet. You know.
What if it aroused them?
But
it arouses them.
But isn't that like a form of sex?
He didn't buzz.
Oh my.
I mean, but they were a little aroused. No, some people like that. Like I know some people that like their toes sucked, and they come from it.
It's a good feeling, but I ain't coming.
I'm telling. Listen, I think fetishes can be sexual. I really do. Like some people be nasty, like touch my boobs, and they get all aroused and stuff. Like I think it's a form of sex. Like,
yeah, like having like boob sex is sex, right?
If it's like a sexual organ, I think of it as sex. Like if it's my vagina, if it's my breast, it's sex. If you want to put your dick on my back, that's not sex.
But do you think that it's like a sexual encounter? So what do you consider different forms of sex? So you just think that if you do not have a penis,
penetration,
just penetration.
If a woman puts her fingers into my vagina, we're now maybe engaging in something like sex or like sex. Or
that's
like,
sex.
That's sex. Like
that is
penetration. If a man puts his penis into me, that's penetration. That's sex. That's where you cross the line. Dick on the back, not sex. Dick in my back,
in between your breasts.
That's sex.
What about dick in between your breasts? That's sex.
Yeah, that's
dick
sex.
in between my breasts is sex. Cause he's liable to bust.
But he's not. He didn't insert.
He didn't.
But it's
penetration. He is going in between my breasts and he's about to bust.
Okay,
it's
so
penetration.
Cause I'm trying to get I'm trying different forms. Okay, so anything that will make a man ejaculate.
Yes.
That's sex to you.
If you're about to, I hate saying bust, but like if you're about
to
ejaculate, if you're about to come, if you've worked yourself up to a point that you are about to explode onto me, we just had sex.
Okay. But what about phone sex?
Well, your imagination. I guess that.
So would you say that the person is penetrating your mind?
I guess.
Because Lana, you got to penetrate her for it to be sex. So so mentally you're being stimulated.
Yeah, some people are really sapio, where they just want to have like a mental stimulation in order to get off. And like they might continue with a physical like sense of arousal in order to like continue that, but that's not the most important part to them. I'm not like that. I like penetration.
Listen, she letting y'all know.
I've thought about this.
She like penetration.
I thought about this being a lesbian.
I'm single.
I try to figure that out, cause like, like fingers aren't really.
No, so I've heard that another lesbian said that fingering is penetration.
Yeah, it is penetration.
I just looked at it like, oh, you fingered me. It's not really nothing.
No. Look, listen, I just had. I just had some sex that just redefined the whole
redefine all sexual.
I was like, I've been doing this lesbian thing all around.
So you just had something different. Okay.
I'm gonna stay in my lane because I've only been with a handful of women. I've been with
handful is enough.
Well, okay.
Men are my specialty.
I feel listen.
Oh my God.
I like that. That's your specialty. So we had phone sex. We have fetishes. What other forms of sex? Well, of course, penetration.
Mental.
Can you talk about tell more? Tell more. Like mental, yeah, mental. I can't really think of nothing else.
No, it's not really a wide range. So that 13 reasons.
Yeah,
why.
But it was phony. It was like different reasons on why. Like, first of all, whoever wrote that article, I need to go find it.
By the way, angry sex would be at the top of my list.
Angry?
Like angry.
I don't want to. I can't.
Angry sex. Like
you're a Scorpio, right?
She's a Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. I don't want you to touch me and look at me. I'm gonna go to sleep on you. No, absolutely.
Like we need to talk about this. I need to transition good energy.
Listen, first of all,
I'm gonna transition it all right.
Let's just talk about this because I really don't understand why. And then it's like, okay, we can have sex afterwards now because we talked about it and we talked about it.
My voice don't sound like that.
I will say though, even though like sex won't fix it. Like we can be angry and like we have a disagreement, but it's a good feeling in that moment. But like we still need to unpack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna leave it at that.
Thing.
Yeah,
it may be good though because it may get off the aggravation and the frustration.
It does because sometimes
it helps you like talk rationally.
Yeah,
maybe.
When you're at that pinnacle,
I
of
can't do that. Listen, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't want to talk to you today. Like,
oh my God.
No, I really do. Before I ask you the next question, I really want to know, like, did you date someone that had a fetish?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't know. I'm a fetish. Hello?
Lit!
My whole existence is a fetish.
Yes, whole existence.
To my big lips, okay?
Liz!
But I ain't never had no creepy, like...
No creepy fetish, like somebody... You did, Alana? You said somebody like your feet?
Somebody did like my feet, but I've only been in 2 serious relationships. So that's not somebody I was dating. That's somebody I just was fucking with.
Oh, listen, I understand.
And some things are just preferences.
Okay.
Not fetishes.
I could deal with preferences. That's cool. So, we about to get into some storytelling.
You say that until you go on their Pornhub and they're looking up fetishes.
Yes. If I find your history full of like
Pornhub, first of all,
kinky Asian doll fetish, like that's just
that might just be a preference.
No, that's a fetish. That's a fetish.
Listen, I don't know. They probably just prefer.
If you at home with big black titties and you online looking for like Russian bush, you might have a
I'm starting to feel like you got an account, Alana. Codes or like
I'm good at keywords.
Yes, keywords.
You need to start forwarding some stuff to me because it takes me. By the time I find something, I'm over it.
First of all, ask yourself something. Yes, I'm a fetish. Laugh out loud. Listen, you say you're going to be a fetish to your
I hate when you can't find a good video though.
No, porn. Listen, I'm not even against the Pornhub. That's a different topic.
So
we're gonna go into some storytelling time. Ooh, I can't wait to hear y'all stories though. So this is my question. It's like a 2-part question. So, tell me about your first sexual experience and or intimate experience. That's one. Or tell me about your first sexual experience and or intimate experience that you actually enjoyed and you felt like you knew what you were doing.
I'm glad you added that list.
Listen, that's why I did that.
I knew what I was doing. All right, so the sex that I had that I felt like I knew what I was doing wasn't the best sex I had.
Okay.
It was good because they didn't know what they were doing. And I was just like the star, and I was just like,
you just like to be the star, Gemini.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying they really just was like watching me.
Oh.
Now, but the sex, and it's sad that it was just recent at 27 years old.
Oh, that don't feel sad. It's okay.
Oh my God, no.
I
It was
don't
just
judge.
like really good lesbian sex. Like I don't know. Like,
Share.
And she's younger than me, and I
Okay.
just was like, she was telling me all the things she didn't do. So I was just like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. And then we had sex, and I woke up the next morning. I was just looking at the ceiling like, this bitch got me fucked up. But all the way up, I was tight. I was like, the last time I had sex with her. Because it just was good lesbian sex. Like, I've never, all of the women that I've had sex with, they always like try to compensate for that aggression that they think I'm supposed to have during sex. So they want to use toys and they want to use blah, blah, blah. And then this girl's like, oh, I've never used any toys. And I'm just like, oh, girl, you have no idea what you're doing. And then she just like completely satisfied me without anything, and I was like, bitch.
I think she physically and mentally stimulated that ass.
I just was like, bitch. I woke up like, okay. The next time
you had to check yourself.
Yes, because she's young. She's like 2 years younger than me.
Down age ain't nothing but a
girl. I wish somebody would have told me that. Yeah, so that she's like, she set the standards pretty high right now. I don't know.
No intimate.
Oh no, she's definitely intimate. She's like kind of shows me that she likes me through her intimacy. She's not really like verbal.
Oh, explain. How?
Like
How does that
she's
feel?
touchy feely. At first, okay, so we just had an altercation where I was frustrated with that because I like to talk. Like that's my thing. So I'm just like, you're not talking. But when she's around me, she's very intimate. Like it's like subtle things. Like if I'm leaving out the door before her, like her hand, like. Excuse me, like on my back, like stuff like that.
That's the move.
Yes, or we just watch TV and she's just ready. Or just like we're watching TV and she's like rubbing me. Like I'm not used to like, I don't know. I've just never really accumulated this type of intimacy before. It just feels weird because I'm old. I'm not that old, but I'm getting older. So
older.
Like, why am I experiencing all these things now? I don't know. But I guess I'm in a frame of mind where I can appreciate it more. So
I like that response.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair. Alana, what about you?
Yeah, I'll give you like an alternative situation. It was a day where I wasn't really expecting to have sex. But a friend of mine invited me to her partner's birthday situation. It was like a kickback. And we were all just chilling, and like one thing led to another, and like a few people started leaving, but the energy started just kind of picking up. So there was one guy, it's not the guy with the feet fetish, but there was one guy like rubbing on my feet, and my friend and her boyfriend were like kissing, and they had another young woman there who had her eye on me like while the guy was rubbing my feet, and we all just started having sex, and it was beautiful. And it was my first.
So it was like an orgy?
It wasn't an orgy per se, because it was.
Definitely an orgy.
It sounds like an orgy.
How old were you? This was recent?
This was last year. And from it blossomed a very like pivotal sexual relationship for me. Like after that, the guy that was rubbing my feet, we ended up fucking for a long time up until like 2 weeks ago. And it's definitely
stop. Let's take a break.
But that was our first sexual encounter, and it was beautiful. And the girl's vagina tasted like heaven, and I like was in love with her. And she was like, oh, let's go on some dates. We tried that. We ate tacos. It was blah. You know what I mean? It was just
no margaritas.
It was like some midday shit. Like she came to my office. She's like, I'm gonna take an Uber, and she came, and I like had eucalyptus steaming in the room, and she, you know, it was just like I was setting the mood. But after that, she never busted it open for me again. Never, never, and just kept coming around me and buying her food and buying her drinks. And I was like, you know what? She's one of these. I'm gonna just have to leave it where it's at.
Over there.
My spouse said that your sex life is lit. I wouldn't say that it's an orgy. Yes.
Yeah. It was my first, and there's only been 2, and the second one was with the same group of people plus one person.
So it was like 5 of you all.
Yeah.
Oh, lit. Yeah, it was an orgy.
It was a lot of beautiful fun. I mean, like burgundy wallpaper. Like I just want to put y'all there, like burgundy wallpaper. Beautiful comforters,
eucalyptus,
ferns, eucalyptus, water, lavender, oil. I mean, he's like a fitness trainer. His body, I mean, his stamina. Like I still think about him. I don't love him, but I still think about him.
The one from 2 weeks ago.
The one from 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago that she said
we didn't have sex 2 weeks ago. It ended 2 weeks ago. In between, we would talk. He cared about, you know, my work and what I do, and we just kept conversing.
Ooh.
Connecting.
I'm not that
Connecting.
advanced. I'm, I'm just
Conversing,
chilling.
connecting.
I'm just not having lesbian sex correctly. So I can't really.
But these are things that are just blossoming as of late. This was last year. Before that, I had never been. Well, I had been with 2 people, not 5.
She keep having these
Well.
3 people, not.
Like 2.
When I was in high school, I was a thing. I was a
Wait,
thing.
whoa, high school?
Yeah, in high school, I had a threesome.
I had my threesome.
Some people would call it a train because it was 2 guys, but it was a threesome.
Listen,
Scorpios are on a whole nother sexual plane.
Leos have nothing on Scorpio. I need to come to your sex 101 class.
Let me tell you, it's Cancer season, so I'm gonna big up all the Cancers I've ever had sex with, because y'all was just it.
Did they cry?
Tevin, if you're watching, I love you.
I love you.
I've never dated a Cancer.
I have. They cry a lot.
Not even physically, just
They just cry when they talk.
inside.
They just cry when they talk. Like in the conversations, like, why are you crying? What did I do? Like, I don't understand. Like,
They're so sweet though, kind people,
they
very kind.
can be a little mean though.
Slow to speak.
What's your favorite sign that you've had? Oh, can I ask that?
Yes, you can. Go ahead.
What's your favorite sign that you've had sex with?
An Aries.
Me too. Lit.
An
I know,
Aries,
that's right.
they're so aggressive, god of war, just like.
I feel like they can play both roles when they want to. Shout out to my wife's an Aries too. Lit.
Good choice.
I've never
choice.
had sex with
Hi,
an
wife.
or Cancer. I just feel so like like unexperienced.
So I was gonna ask you. So you answered it. So you feel like sexually you are inexperienced.
Somebody said Libra.
No, Libras.
I never had sex with a Libra. No.
Libras. Anyways, what you saying?
No. So do you feel like you're inexperienced sexually, and do you feel like you're inexperienced on an intimate level? Because people don't really realize.
No, I don't feel like I'm inexperienced. I just feel like I've been a Gemini my whole life, and I've been relying on that in every sexual encounter I've led. So this is the first time where I'm meeting people that are not people. I've met someone who's like my match, or like can make me like sit the fuck down.
What's her sign?
She's a Capricorn, which is weird.
Caps have that.
Yo, they're so calm in life,
Yeah.
but they are a whole nother fucking person.
Really?
Yes, it's scary. It's
Never
fucking
dated a
scary.
Capricorn. I don't need to worry about
I work
that.
with Caps, but I don't have sex with Caps. They're very they're good at executing.
Yeah.
Good planners.
They're
Good,
very reserved, very
good at
calm.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't match with my fires, so I just stay away from them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I got
Y'all
my.
both are very dominant and persistent. So.
Well, me, I'm married to Aries, and she's dominant.
Yeah, but
They're
Aries.
very dominant.
Aries. I don't know. My closest cousin is an Aries, and she's very like she's just a good. I don't know how to explain it. I wouldn't date her because I'm a Gemini, but I don't know what it is. Y'all probably just have like. There's other shit that's involved, like moons
Absolutely.
and ascendings is all.
Oh, that. Listen, she want to start. She want to start with that line.
That's my room. I know everything about. Well,
Yeah, my moon is in Aries, so
my moon is in Capricorn.
I'm a Scorpio. Sun Scorpio, moon Aries. So
I'm like all over the place. The only Gemini I have is my sun, but everything else is different. My moon is like in my whole chart, but my moon is Capricorn and my ascending is Cancer.
Yeah, I need to Google this because
So your ascendant is how you portray yourself to other people.
Okay.
Your sun is who you are. Like at the end of the day, that's just who you want to be. And your moon is your emotions.
yeah.
Oh, so emotionally, who am I? I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna tell y'all later because I'm gonna think about this, Liddy. Okay. So y'all don't have any intimate like situations that, or your first time you really felt like, oh, this is intimacy and this feels good.
Oh yeah, well I posted something the other day like it was something like you ever had a soulmate who's like really your friend. So I have this one friend, like I really love her deeply, like we don't cross any lines, but it's just like she's very beautiful. She's very like I just really appreciate her.
Okay.
And I'm very affectionate with her.
Okay.
So like that's I've understood intimacy once I started accumulating friends. So like she's definitely put me in a position to understand intimacy, and I feel really close to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay. What about you, Alana?
Intimacy is something that comes a little bit less easy for me than sex. But I will give you this example. It was like the first time that somebody tried to like present intimacy to me, like they wanted to cuddle, and I didn't know what that was after having sex like a number of times, like getting to like 17, and somebody was like, yeah, let's just like hold each other, and I was like, hold each other, like so it was interesting that was kind of like the opening to it for me. But now it's like something that's a little bit easier. I like to be in that space, but I also need something. I need like continuity of care. So don't like hold me one night and then the next night you can't hold me, or like don't like hold me one night and then like the next week you don't want to be held. I have issues with that. I don't know what it is. Like, please just be consistent. At this point in my life, especially, like I'll be 27 in October, which is not that old, but also I'm wise, I'm experienced.
Yeah, 27 feels like that.
I don't need like you to hold me just because I need you to hold me tonight. I need you to hold me for the next 3 weeks. So don't present me with that if you're not absolutely sure that that's what you want to present me with. Otherwise, we can just have sex. I'm a grown woman. Please do not present me with.
Waste my time.
Don't waste my time. Don't say like, oh baby, I ain't here to waste your time, you feel me? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I know what I like, you know what you like, you know, let's do this. And then we do it, and then the next day you don't want to text me. I'm so underwhelmed.
Yes.
I'm so underwhelmed. I'm so underwhelmed. Like, please keep up the conversation. You know what I mean? Stay involved. That's intimacy for me. Don't just hold me and they'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I know intimacy. I know how to hold a woman. Yeah, you know that, but do you know anything else? Right. Do you know how to cook a meal in the morning, or like take me to breakfast?
All of
those
things are intimate.
All of those.
That's because she rolled her neck around. My first sexual experience that I enjoyed, I think I was like 14. It was with an older person. First couple of times was horrible. When I actually knew what I was doing, I felt like I was the man. Like, y'all it was so beautiful. It was like, I know what I'm doing. I want to do this all the time. Like, it was, I think it's because I started to understand, like, oh, this is sex. I'm not just playing around. Like, to actually feel and, like, connect with a person on a sexual, you know, level, I was like, this is pretty amazing. But I still was so young and young-minded. So it was like, okay, I understand that that's sex. So I was introduced to sex before intimacy. And it's sad to say that, when they're next show. Okay. And it's sad to say that, well, not necessarily sad, but I never really experienced intimacy until true intimacy that I enjoyed and not understood until this year with my wife.
Aww.
And it was crazy. Like, she don't even know this. It's crazy, but y'all so dumb. No, I've had connections with people because I thought they was cool, and I'm really big on energy. It's like, you know, you can't be my friend, or I can't say that you're an associate or a homie if I don't have some type of connection with you. But an intimate connection, I felt that recently with my wife, like through conversation. I too can say that I never experienced cuddling. I'm still learning to cuddle because that's not my background. My background was just, you know, fuck them and duck them and go about your business. I haven't been in this.
Bitch, what?
Yeah,
See, I met y'all in y'all better years.
Yeah, my better years. Yeah, you know me, my better years. Like, this is my better years. I became a different woman when I got with Kay. I was lost. I was a lost soul. Sex was just sex. I didn't care. But I'm learning how to be intimate through conversation, how to be intimate through the way that I speak to her, intimate through apologizing. Like, I didn't even know there was an intimacy in apologizing until actually getting the deep connection that I had with her. Sitting next to her, I have an intimate connection with her. We don't have to say anything. We can be on our phone. I could just feel her energy. I've never experienced that before. So my first real intimacy experience was the shit with my wife. And it's pretty dope, though. It's really dope, actually. It made me feel real good inside. Y'all so dumb.
Y'all need to renew your vows so I can be at the...
So we're going to think about, I'm not really a big people person. People be phony. And I just be saying to myself, but, I am going to renew my vows, and I'll make sure you'll be there. People should know who's going to be there. And if they don't, they will know. But, anywho, out of the two, out of sex and intimacy, I'm pretty sure it's like a no-brainer. But which one do you say that you prefer the most in a relationship?
I don't know. I can't even say it's a no-brainer.
No?
I mean, I really love intimacy. I don't have to have sex. So right now, I'm like, I told you, I'm like on a little fast from sex. So I don't have no choice but to just accept intimacy.
Okay.
But I do like sex.
Okay.
I really do. So I actually just want to take them both.
What about sex do you like?
I like the way it fucking feels.
Oh, bitch, listen, some people like, I like this, I like that.
I like the way it feels. I don't know. Gemini's a masculine energy. I just like, sometimes I like how much people like having sex with me. Like, that's a turn off. Like how, like, fucking Cardi B say she called her own name during sex. Like, yeah, that's crazy. I low-key feel that way, too. So
you want to say your own name? First of all, you love yourself real bad.
I'm in that season, okay?
Listen, be in the season. I'm in for the season, okay? The season for C.
I just like them both. I just like both. What about you? You like both?
I feel like it's a balance of both, you know what I mean? But I love sex. If we're gonna be in a relationship, we gotta have sex all the time. Just pull up to my job and fuck me. Like, tell me come outside and fuck me. Not
yo,
just
that's my favorite text. Like, I'm outside.
I'm outside. I want to see you. Please respond well if I say I want to see you. If I say I want to see you, that's what I want.
Let's clarify this.
Okay, please, let's clarify.
I'm a person that I ain't dated.
Cause I'm okay. So pull up, like
just pull up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or just be there, so you don't have to pull up.
Or just be there. So would you characterize yourselves as a free spirit sexually?
I would say that I am sexually free. Yes. That I feel.
Can you explain that to me, because I'm not sexually free? So
okay.
Me either. I needs to know.
There was like a sense of liberation that came over me. So I was married. I got married when I was 20, and I was married for 3 years, and that marriage failed, but I have 2 beautiful children out of that. But when I did that and I got out of it, I felt like a slave. Like, I felt like I was a slave to that relationship and to like being a wife and to filling a gender role and like a societal role that I felt I needed to fill, that I learned I didn't have to. And I'm not saying, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're trying to preach that marriage isn't what it's supposed to be, but like, I totally adore, respect, and have admiration for the constitution of marriage. It's my experience that I feel like I can't do that. If it presents itself again, I'd be accepting of that energy. However, I learned that it wasn't for me. And out of that, I came out of like this bondage of understanding that sex was supposed to be linear. Like, it was just supposed to be between me and one other person. And having sex with multiple people helped me to realize that I could be fulfilled in multiple ways, and that there were different ways that people could please me or I could please them. I learned to give and I learned to receive. And that's something a lot of people don't learn to do, even in marriage, even in relationship. They'll be like giving, 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 and maybe getting like one ounce back. There's no reciprocity. So I learned reciprocity through having sex with multiple partners. It's not something that I keep up 24/7. I don't have 6 people texting me right now. But like, at one point or another, you might catch me having sex with more than one person, yes. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's okay for me. So that's something I learned.
Okay, free spirit, sexual healing being, lady.
To add, since you said healing, the sacral chakra houses my creativity, and I'm a creative, and your sacral chakra also holds your sexuality. And that all has to do with the way that I create. There's certain points in my life where I'm starving myself of that, and then when I allow myself to indulge, I go into this like very focused state where I'm able to like create and have output. But I have to have that input. I have to have that like, what do you think about who I am and what I am? Not have to have it, but it's valued. It's valued.
Yeah, I can't do that. Kudos to you.
I know, kudos to her.
So when I think about my sacral chakra, and I think about energies, I think about what the energies I can contract. So I'm very particular about sex.
Yeah.
And who I date. I'm gonna ask you. You have your own life, but yeah. So I like, you can still date multiple people and have sex with. You can still have sex with multiple people and still date a person at a time. You know, you don't have to. I don't know. That's just my thing. Like, I'm very, when I look at people. I'm a people watcher. I'm not about to have sex with someone just because I want to feel, especially if I can feel something from them. Like, if you got daddy issues, it's not finna go down. I don't care how good it is. It's not happening. Because I just don't want that in my body. But for some other people, Scorpios, like I say, they're very sexual energy. So it's like what she may need isn't what I need.
Right.
So for me, I'm a Gemini already. I already have 2 fucking people in me. I don't have time.
Crazy.
We're not crazy. Anybody can be crazy unstable. That's
I do want to say Geminis aren't crazy.
We are not crazy. We just operate in yin and yang.
2 pools of energy.
When y'all have your issues and y'all go home and y'all try to recover, no, we just show y'all what we're feeling. I'm showing you that I'm angry and I'm showing you that I'm happy. You rather show me just that you're happy and then take your anger home and deal with it yourself. I don't do that. I'm just like an open book. So
You just said what you said.
I just say what I say.
I said what I said.
Yeah. And what people don't realize about Geminis, even though we're going off the track a little bit, but I'll bring it back. We're very forgiving. So like, even it's crazy that we are the most ridiculed, but we're very, very forgiving. Like, I forgive everyone.
But do you forgive and be able to go back the same relationship?
You don't have to do that. That's not a law.
I just.
No. I forgive people that I don't talk to this day because that's how I operate. Because it ain't about them, it's about me. But yeah, back to the sex. I cannot. I have contracted so many personalities from laying down with certain people.
Lord have mercy.
And especially like I was just telling Alona this before we started. When I first became an artist, I was very naive to who was in the art world. And I didn't know, like I just didn't keep up with anyone. I just fucking stayed home and recited my own poetry to my damn self.
Hello.
So when I came out and several people wanted to date me and I dated them just because they wanted to date me, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't very cautious of like the energies that they could have, and I took them inside of me and it almost like consumes you. So
yeah.
I'm just not really with the sleeping around. I'll sleep with one person if it's bullshit. I just like, you're out, and I go get someone else.
Control or delete.
Bye. Gotta go.
Bye.
It's 3 strikes, you're out. Maybe
yeah, I just go to the next person. I would rather do it that way, just so I can keep track of like the energy that I have and the energy that others have. If I got 6 people around me who want to fuck me, and I fuck them, and one of them depressed, and one of them got anxiety, and one of them got daddy issues, and and then I had sex with them, and then I contract them. I'm sitting in the house thinking it's my motherfucking issue, and it's really I got it from that motherfucker. I just wanted to have a quick little bop, and now I'm fucked up. No,
Quick little bop.
Yeah,
But from that, do you think that sex or intimacy is more dangerous when it comes to intimacy?
No, intimacy is a feeling of love. It's a feeling of appreciation. It's a feeling of like just being allured or like, I don't know, just like consumed by someone's beauty. It has nothing to do with like sexual energy. You can be intimate with people you have sex, but intimacy is just a feeling. So no, sex is definitely more dangerous. One, you can have sex and get pregnant. You can get fucking diseases.
I've done that.
We're in Baltimore City.
The pregnancy thing.
Yeah, you can get fucking diseases.
Well, at least you're not in Atlanta. Did you not see that the AIDS rate is 31.8%? Please get tested, people in Atlanta.
Oh.
And no shade. I just got tested. You know what my doctor told me when she came back and she realized everything was clear? She was like, don't have sex with no one. She was like, do not have sex with anyone. Because it was like so rare to her that a black woman comes in and not have any.
I'm always in the clear.
Yeah, but we are a dime a dozen is what I'm trying to get.
I'm married. I got a problem.
Yeah, so
wow.
I ain't with that. Only because like, I don't know. And I also think that people just like have sex just because like when you think about back in our ancestral time, they had sex with a ministry in mind, to have a child or to, you know, it was a mission. They wasn't just doing it because they were horny. I don't think so. I think they were trying to procreate. I think they were trying to create more people for their tribe. I don't think they was just having sex because they wanted to have sex. So
yeah, there was definitely a time, and I've read this, that there was like a community building aspect to sex.
I heard of that,
and like you were doing it to create a village. You weren't doing it to like just move on to the next thing, which is something that exists in our culture that I can appreciate, but I understand that I don't come from it.
What do you think that happened? What do you think happened?
Failed
Because sex is not sacred anymore.
Failed relationships.
That's just it. You just think it's
Nope,
failed
ain't no way around it. Because even in what you just said, when you just said I was
it's a failed
married,
relationship.
Yeah.
and that was a fail. It was based off of something that didn't work. Because had it worked, you probably wouldn't be doing that.
No. I will say I did have sex during the relationship. I did cheat on my husband. He also cheated on me. So it's not something.
Alana.
I'm sorry. It's the truth. And it's the truth though, and people won't say it. You know what I mean? They'll be married, they'll be in a relationship, and they want to put on this persona. Everyone wants to be a personality these days, but honestly, it's real. It happens. People have sex with other people while they're in relationships.
And I think it's because we're unrealistic about what stage we're in. So right now, I date people one at a time, but I'm also like, if I'm dating someone, I'm not going to expect for them not to be attracted to someone else.
Okay.
Now, a life partner is someone you meet once you determine what you want out of life or who you are.
Shout out to Kay. Okay.
They understand this. Y'all have an understanding. So if you're married young, you haven't even reached you don't know who you are. The front part of your brain doesn't even develop until you're 27.
Right.
Let's start there. Let's fucking start there. So half of the shit, your adolescent brain isn't even closed until you're 27. So half of the shit that you do before 27, it's just irrational.
Yeah.
It's just fucking irrational.
No
so
you just think that you
who
know
I was.
Yeah,
like, someone just told you, I know who I am, but then when you hit like 27, 28, you like,
when you see people marrying, they stand at the altar, and you know this. You're standing at the altar, you're looking at your spouse like, motherfucker, you chose me. Like out of all that insecurity, irrationality, that's the person you're supposed to marry.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, I definitely had.
Bitch, you can add life coach to my motherfucking bio.
Okay, bio ed coach.
Yes.
Like Baltimore to MIA to Cali,
my first girlfriend
life
was 11
coach.
years old, so and it's like, it sounds silly, but we were together since I was like 16. Like, I've always been like super observant of like what I should have or what should exist. So
okay,
I've been in this lesbian thing a little long time. Or relationships, period. So I just kind of know, like, the people that I thought I was gonna be like, oh my god, this is my fucking girl.
Yeah.
No, you just don't know. Holler at me when I'm 30, and if the chick I'm dating now is around when I'm 30, then she got something going for her.
She got something going.
I was always that friend that was like the monogamy like monster. I'd be like, girl, you really think you're gonna be with him? Or like, you really think this is, and people would really be in it like, yes, I love him, this is like my everything, and we're gonna be together forever. And I'd be like, I don't understand that concept. So like, I still think I reflect that energy even now. I have a little bit of difficulty subscribing to just like one value system. Like, you believe this, this, and this, and like, wow, that's great. Let's just stick this out forever.
And it's hard because we're millennials too.
We are.
Yeah, I was about to say, I really just think that millennials just made up their own rules. Like,
no, we were raised off of Erykah Badu's and Lauren
cut it out.
Someone
that shit out.
Erykah Badu got like 7 baby fathers. Like, really,
so everybody want to be Erykah Badu?
No, I'm saying that's what we were feeding in our spirit. So that's what we're gonna give back. That's what we're gonna.
So we do show and tell.
Girl,
they show us and then we tell.
That's what life is. It's a cycle.
I think that's the problem. No, that's a bad.
It don't have to be that way, but
that's what it is.
Yeah. That's not for me though. You know,
for most
it's
people,
a choice. You can be like a reflection of what you're seeing. You can absorb it, but you
gotta know that it's embedded in you for you to, like, for me, I know, like, okay, my mom had me very, very young. She had me at 15 years old. So growing up, even though I was around all of those like millennials, we're growing together, or we're listening to all those music, it was my mission to make sure that I wasn't super promiscuous, or I wasn't going to like recycle that super high like sexual energy just because I didn't like the way it produced me. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Everybody's story is different. Everybody got their own life and path.
Everybody do have their own life. I just always ask, you know, because it's no judgment. I just be trying to understand. Because at one point in time, I was a free spirit. I wasn't that free. I would just say I was just like the little dog with the pink thing. You had to like chase me and come pull back the leash for a little while. I just ran because I said, "Ooh, the leash is not there." But in my opinion, it's not for all people, but I think for a lot of people are just so lost. I just think people are just so lost, and they truly don't know what they want. So they sleep around with a lot of people until
trying
they
to find
it.
themselves.
Yeah, they're trying to find themselves through other people, and
But
I used to make that mistake a lot.
But you gotta, let me tell you, one thing heartbreak told me was to be the fuck alone. When I felt like, when I dated whoever I dated, I'm just gonna push my glasses up, and and I just felt like, all right, like in my eyes, it was just like, all right, that was, and I had been telling that person that I like them for a long time, you know, and everything that I say, I eventually see. So then when I got them, and I feel like this is the best that my mind could have thought of. And then when it broke my heart, I'm just like, I'm about to chill, because this shit is dumb. Like, I'm not about to keep seeking and go and get all of these. No.
Right.
And I had a lot of friends. I had a lot of people that propositioned me. Like, y'all may have seen me on the gram think I'm dating this person. No, I was turning them motherfuckers down. No. Like, no, like, we can be friends, but I'm not finna fuck you. That's dead. Like,
relationship is a little bit more like sacred to me than sex. I've only been in 2 serious relationships. 2 out of any encounter I've ever had. I've only been in 2 relationships. Like, I don't take that lightly. Like I said, if there's gonna be continuity of care around the things that you want to do, including sex, that means like inclusive, like there's other levels to it, there's other things that we're doing together, like, then okay, cool, we can be in a relationship. And that's only happened twice, and I'm 20, I'll be 27. I can't,
27 is gonna, let me tell you, from my 26th year was kind of just dull, but my 27th year was like, I start to dictate.
Yeah, my 27th year was lit. It
was
probably
dictating, like, nah, I ain't finna do that.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I stand by this is what I want right now. Like, I really can agree.
Like, even my ex before my ex.
My ex before my ex.
Girl, because they still, to this day. She has a girlfriend.
Okay.
And her girlfriend is young. I think her girlfriend's like 22, 23. But she's still like, till this day, she's like still trying to have sex with me. And she thinks just because we had sex before, she can just like,
I don't understand that girl.
She has a whole, let me tell you, she has a whole girlfriend.
A whole one, not even a half one.
They live together.
Oh no!
Listen. Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody wants to call in, you can call in at 404-436-1277 and talk to us. But back onto that. Like,
yeah, she has a whole girlfriend, and I think she's been doing little things like trying to move out and stuff so that like she can just be in my good grace. And I'm just like, no, like it's nothing in this world. Like I let her talk, but it's just like it's nothing in this world.
No, she need to walk her walk too, because nobody had time.
Yeah, she's not from here. I don't think she understands the code.
I know that. Okay. So you don't have to say no more.
It's 404-436-1277.
It's right. 404-436-1277.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I do want to know. Do you think that it is easy or hard to break a relationship, a sexual relationship or intimate relationship, like when it was good with a person? Do you think it's hard?
It's hard to break an intimate relationship.
Easy for sex.
Easy for sex, because like my last relationship, I really just liked her as my friend or like as a person. You know, I was very intimate with her. I don't desire to be. I didn't desire, once it was over, I didn't desire to be with her, but I was just so hurt that like our intimacy was broken.
Was gone. Okay, that connection.
Yeah, but whatever.
I don't think that. I think before, like it's sad for me. Before it was easy, because I really didn't experience like a sexual strong connection and an intimate connection until recently. Sex was good, and I thought people was cool. Like, you dope, you listen to me. But if I ain't feel like talking to you no more, I would just cut you off. But I can't say that it was
a little dog. Yo.
I was a dog. Like, I can't say.
I'm too sensitive. It's that Capricorn moon. I love being in love.
I'm convinced I was a boy in my last life. I do. Like, I was like this tall, chocolate, masculine man in my past life. And then when God created this woman, he made a mistake. You know, he made no mistakes. You know, he like turned his head a little bit, and then testosterone and estrogen, the same type of amount, just came in. But Lord told me that you are a woman because you have woman parts. So now he's making me a whole lady.
You're just a dominant
I'm very dominant, and to be quite honest, I'm trying to find that feminine side, like that, my sexual side. Honestly, because
that's crazy. My sexual side is more dominant. I prefer to be dominant in my sex,
and I prefer to be a little bit more submissive.
I want to learn how to be, a little softer, but that's just not who I am. Like, I feel like it's a part of me. I think people get confused on I'm pretty, I dress this way, but I didn't always look like this. I was a cross-dresser, like a boy and a girl some days. Like, that's just who I was. Sexually, yes, I'm dominant, but I realize I'm a little cute, so I'm like, well, I just mimic other girls that's like sexual and stuff. Like, okay, I can do that, I think. And then when I tried, I feel like I look like stupid. Like, what is she doing? I feel like I look crazy. So, you think that you're dominant sexually?
I'm girly. I appear girly, but I'm very much so like a boy. Like, most of the girls like their favorite thing is like, you so chill, but that comes from my dominance. Like, I'm just like, what's up? Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. I've always been like that, and yeah, sexually I'm very dominant. I really like to
Liddy, I'm with you.
I really do. That's my favorite. I don't really know how to be. And it sucks because I do get it because, like you say, you're a girl. Like, my ass is fat.
Yes, ass fat.
My ass is really fat, but I don't know. Some days I'm just like, okay. I don't know. It's just like like half of me is boy, half of me is girl. Boom, there you go.
And Alon is just all girl, right?
No, there's a lot of me that is
I think
a little bit.
Intentions when she's talking about like how she just like having these moments and these like that's.
Listen, I've been trying to understand Alon since I met her. Like, I'm like, is she dominant? Is she?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like a little bit more submissive during sex. There's a lot of masculinity to what I do and the patterns that I hold in my sex life. Okay. But I am a lot feminine. Like, a lot. Maybe like 70%.
I'm like 50-50.
70 and then 50-50. What, 30. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I'm like 70-30.
Yeah, I'm definitely
a boy. And I'm
70 girl, 30 boy.
Like, and I be trying to embrace that feminism, but it just seemed like my thugness just won't allow me to. It's like, I'm like, it just like, be a man today, and I'm like, all right, I got you.
I got you.
Like, and then I'm like, put on a pump, but then I'm like walking like, oh, come on, sis, you gotta pull out that feminist side. Like, what are you doing? Like, you married a whole woman. Like, what's up with you? Okay, like, I don't know, like. And then sexually, like, I always try to understand, like, how some people become so sexual. Do you think that they're just born with it?
I think
it comes from different things.
I think I was influenced in a way. My mom's also a Scorpio. I saw her be a grown-ass Scorpio woman. She had me in her 30s, and I saw her, like, with other partners. Her and my father weren't together when I was younger. Okay. And then I saw her come back to that. So I kind of valued like her freedom and like the way that she was. I didn't see her have sex with like 15 different people, but maybe like 2 or 3 guys. Okay. She had a little rotation, and I didn't understand that at the time. But like being older and like seeing myself now, I understand it, and I'm like, okay. And she's accepting of me in the way that I am. I was never the girl that had to like hide from her mom or like say, "Mom, I'm not having sex." Okay. My mom always knew. She always will know who I'm with or what I'm doing. I'm not going to hide that from her. And I think that's something that people have to stop. Stop sulking in it. Don't be like secretive about it. It's not embarrassing. Don't limit yourself. Just be who you are. Like, if I like to have sex, I'm going to say I like to have sex. If I like smoothies, I'm going to go have a smoothie. You know what I mean? Like
smoothie. What was the question again? Because my boo just texted me and I'm drunk.
Boo. Wait,
where's the wine?
Here, help me yourself. Here.
What was the question again? Oh, bitch.
Oh, take the cork off. Take the. Jesus, like what?
Alright, go.
Oh, what did I ask? First of all, I had to sit back because I just got thrown off.
You asked about the masculine and the feminine, and I'm drunk and.
No, she skipped that question. She said something about.
First of all, why did I give you a wine?
Wait, you asked me something about. You said something about. Is it hard to let go?
Yeah,
I didn't answer yet.
No, But she asked you 2 questions. She asked you something.
But you know what? We gonna go. I can't. Like y'all doing your own personal thing. Okay, so she did not answer the question.
Yes.
Answer the question, Lorna. We can go back, but it's
So we
okay.
can go back a
It's
little
girl
bit.
talk.
It's girl talk. Yes, it is hard for me to let go.
I was so far into my answer.
I didn't even touch it. I don't know how I got where I went. Yes, it is hard for me to let go. I was just at my ex's house today begging for dick because I was just like, I miss you so much. And I don't see any shame in that. I really don't, because I really do love him and I really do miss you, Derek. And
I'm motherfucking dead.
But yeah, like it's hard to let go when you find something that's like quality. I mean, he hits every single point. Like the intimacy is right, the sex is right, the timing is right. He's just in a place in his life where he needs to like establish himself, and he doesn't need to be in a relationship right now, and I'm respectful of that. But I also just want to be with you, Derek. So
listen, Derek, baby, where you at?
Call her. You better call her.
You better call Derek. Hey, Derek,
You
what's your
better
number?
come.
1-800 Derek.
Use fucking Tyrone's phone.
Where you at? Oh, Tyrone.
So yeah, I'm gonna let him be.
I really wish we could capture that question because it was so good.
First of all, y'all threw me off. Like, this is the first time somebody ever threw me off on my show. Like,
It's fine.
I'm about to kick y'all off. Like, so let's go. Let's jump right back into it, crazy ladies. No, I really want to know this because I had to ask myself this question. Do you think in order for us to really appreciate a sexual experience or an intimate experience, we have to try that on ourselves?
Okay, let me tell you something. I got this shower head.
Ooh, shower head.
And it comes down.
Ooh, where you go?
Girl, so I don't know. It took me a long time to have an orgasm, honestly. Cause I didn't know what to expect from sex. Like,
But how did you know it was an orgasm?
girl, how the fuck did you know it was an orgasm?
No, continue.
Yes. But I definitely do think you need to know what you like. And
So you should experience it on yourself, right?
yeah, sex with yourself. I did that for.
What about intimacy with yourself?
I am. You see, like y'all keep calling me a Gemini, and that's just really I'm just in love with myself. Like
You are real bad in love with yourself. Like, I'm gonna go talk to God in the morning when I pray. Like, Lord, give me.
Well, I was in a relationship where I was like really shadowed, and I was like looked at as like that person's girlfriend. So right now I'm like, bitch, you're my girlfriend.
You is.
You is my girlfriend. Okay.
So I'm just like coming out and blossoming. That's all. You're just witnessing. It's gonna pipe down a little
Okay,
bit.
just a little bit. Alon, what about you? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I definitely have to experience it with myself. I'm definitely intimate with myself. I like to light incense and like put on my diffuser and like
Your hardness
touch myself, and that might not be sexually, but just like my arms, my hands, like actually like feel my body and like just value the vessel and like my spirit, or I pray, or like whatever it is. But also like being physical with myself. I just bought a toy for the first time in like 4 years. In like 4 years.
Okay.
And before that, I threw them all out when I got married, because out of respect for like the human phallus, which can't do all the things that a toy can do, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just throw these out. And I'm just starting to like experience that part again. So like I always masturbate, but just with my hands. Like, you don't need to do all the toys and shit. I don't know. That's
She
just me,
don't need
though.
no toys.
I've just
She don't need
recently
no
been
toys.
doing like these bearing posts, where I've been posting parts of my body.
First of all, she over here being a whole open canvas on the gram. I said, wait, is that a booty?
Yes, it's not my
okay.
whole booty. It's just the top.
Just
of
part of it.
Just the top of my butt cheek. But
Just the
it's
top
just I've
of
been
my butt cheek.
appreciating things about my body I just simply didn't notice.
So that's sexual and intimate being with yourself. So do you think that by you being aware of that now, when someone else comes into the picture or the person that you're with,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like they
why
have to do
I
those
think
things?
my sex is like, well, our sex that we've been having has been good because I'm just like so. Like, I believe you when you like, damn, your shit is good as fuck. Like, bitch, I believe you. I'll stare at it all day. Like, I'm rubbing my lotion on my body. Like, Before, I didn't take those times out
to do that.
To do that. So.
To touch yourself, to feel that sensual touch and everything
like
that.
I'd be like, damn, I'm soft. A protest.
Damn, I'm soft.
To just take my body back. Like, because everyone always, I didn't have to post those pictures for you to know my ass is fat. You get what I'm saying?
She's obsessed with that ass.
No, I'm serious. I'm so serious. Like, that's what, like, all of my friends, like, that's all they want to, not all they want to talk about, but they definitely point that out all the time. So it was like a protest towards that. Like, I know my body is this good. You know, I know what it looks like. I know my skin is, you know, I'm just really appreciative of myself.
Yeah. Okay, so do you think that it comes with confidence? Because, I mean, with me personally, I feel like I had to experience my own sexual and intimate encounters for me to appreciate if someone else do it. But I'm different. I'm a giver. I don't really like to receive, but I had to practice that on myself.
Bless
to know
you.
That's what I like.
That's what I like. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah,
you really do have to. Like, yo, this self-love journey is the most intimate experience.
It is the best. Tell me about your experience, because mine's is lit. I'm gonna let you go first.
I just, like I said, I went through a heartbreak and I was ugly as fuck and I was fucking crying every day. And then just something just like made me be tired of that shit. And then once I was tired, it was like it was my duty to wake up and make sure I look my best, I feel my best. And in that, I became attracted to myself by how much I wanted to push myself.
Okay.
So
self-drive. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like that's like just like how you can look at a woman outside of your body. You know who, like how I can look at you like, damn, like Lee is really on her shit. Like I can admire that about you.
Absolutely.
I was doing the same with myself. Like,
okay,
bitch, you got up and you did your makeup before work. Yes.
Yes. Proud of you, sis.
Yes.
Okay. Like, I understand. Okay.
You put that whole outfit together.
Okay. Like you did that.
Mm-hmm. So.
Okay. What about you, Alana?
Self-love is an important part of my journey.
Okay.
There are times where it wavers, and like I'm okay with that. I know that like some days I wake up and I'm like, damn, you look good, and like other days I'm like, I don't feel that great about myself, or like I don't know what I'm gonna wear. I feel like I don't have any clothes.
Okay.
Like I feel like a lot of women go through stuff like that, and I support that because I am that. You know what I mean? I'm not always gonna embody like this full like self-love image. Like, oh yes, I love every single part of me, because there are days that I don't. Some days I'm like, oh, I don't want to have my arms out. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But I know that it's important, and I know that it's something that I aspire to like every day. Affirm myself, and like that's something I do. It's a part of like my routine is like doing affirmations, making sure I'm showing my daughters that that's important. They have mirrors. We all have little handheld mirrors, and in the morning that's what we do. We tell ourselves that we're beautiful and that we're smart and that we're worthy, things like that. Just different affirmations, because I want them to grow up with this aspect of like, that's the important part. That if anything else, you go to me, you go to anybody else, you're the most important part to you. And you're like,
and you just saying that, it made me appreciate you a little bit more when you say that you are.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
You are open. It makes me realize that you are only able to do that because you are becoming in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, because some of us feel ashamed because we're ashamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of us just got the good snatch.
Okay, good snatch.
Ain't finna give it to No.
No, I think it's pretty dope though when people finally start to experience that self-love journey. For me, it's helping me find my sexual and my intimate side in ways that I didn't even know was there. Like, I'm like, are you a little sexy? Where did this come from, bitch? Look at the
Yes, I've evolved so deeply. What? I remember the first time I had sex, it was with a girl. I didn't even want her to take my pants off. Like, and now it's like, it's just so crazy what self-love can do. Like,
it just changes everything. And a part of me feels like, I think that's why so many, it can be guys as well, but women are so sexual because they found that part that's the only thing they love about themselves. It's just that they know that they're sexy or that they look good, and they don't really experience intimacy because they didn't see that they're really beautiful outside of just the sexiness. So I feel like when people really look at self-love, you should look at you're sexy and that intimate part of you. But people don't look at that. It's always, oh, you look at it too deep. Well, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Self is not just about how the way you look. And I wish people really pay attention to that. It's quite sad. Actually,
you can always get a sampling of like how you're feeling about yourself by what you're drawing to you as well.
Yeah.
Like that magnetism that you have is like real. Like if you're feeling bad about yourself, you about to draw all types of trash.
Yeah, and it helps you forgive people. Like, as much as I want to sit here and talk about like how my past relationship was, and when I really sit back and I think about how I felt about myself, I understand why she was so insecure. I understand why she was so like, you know, because that's where I was at. Like I didn't want nobody fucking to be near her or to talk to her or to touch her, and she ain't want nobody to do the same for me. So. But whatever, choose self-love, because that other shit is dead. And when I take a picture and my ass is fat all up and down your timeline, y'all better give me my props.
Keep on talking about it, Lord. No, seriously, like I really do appreciate you guys coming on the show and like really vibing out with me. Like it was a vibe. Yeah. Like it really was.
And then healing. Oh.
Yes. Like hopefully we help somebody else out without craziness and Alana's stories, because she litty. Okay.
Yo, the first time I met Alana, she was reciting a poem about like just like a one night stand or something.
Oh yeah, lit. I need to hear that. So before we leave, ladies, before you tell everybody where to find you, could you please recite? It don't even have to be a whole poem, just part of a poem, and then they will tell me where they can find you. And we're gonna start with Alana.
Who, me too?
Yeah.
I don't have no sex. Oh yes,
no, you don't have to have sex. It can be a poem.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me see if I can reach it after like 4 drinks.
I know, right?
To the little girl that saw me leaving tightly knit row homes at 7:12 a.m., I'm sorry that I leave my throne at night. But the devil stands at the edge of my hallway in the eve, and it echoes just right. You're lonely, he says. Wiping the sleepy residue out of my eyes, I run. Right there in front of this little girl, I began to cry. So I took off my shoes and ran up East Lafayette towards no place like home, because at 24, I was still struggling with intimacy. With every footbeat, I told her ears a story about how grown-up hearts never ever get the glory, and how with every smirk at a speakeasy, you run the risk, the possibility of it turning into one of 3 things. And you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, on all social media at Alana Nicole, ALANAHNICHOLE. Peace.
Sierra.
Baby, your words are so sensual. Seductively mental, I capitalize off your punctuation, and understanding your education was just a verbal stimulation. I was first mesmerized by your eyes, but the way that your sentence conjunction really made my body function. Where? Nigga, anywhere. Who? Us. How? Anyway, we must turn this right now into verbs, and these verbs into vows, that through any situation we keep this open communication, because I love you. I'd be an open book for you if you let me. Let me haiku your IQ. Let me poetically define you. Let our love make love. Let my love rhyme you. Let me tell you I love you in another language, so you won't just know I love you in English. I'll line to you like paragraphs, busting out the margins. Hoping we run on like sentences with no commas, period. Mentally, you took me to another place. I want to make love in uppercase, and I'm going to stop right there.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, because Twitter ain't for me.
Twitter is the dark web.
Yo, I don't have time for Twitter. You say the wrong thing, that's the end of your life.
That is the end of your whole entire
CIERALIONE.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah. No, thank you for coming on.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers to the D. Alana may be getting before all of us.
How you doing?
I'm trying, honey. I'm trying to manifest.
Thank you for tuning in to Radical Discussions. Wait. Did y'all say your upcoming events again?
Oh, well, if you just follow me, you can see, because it's something I'm missing. For sure.
Make sure y'all follow these 2 ladies, guys.
Yeah.
See
you at Artscape.
Oh, yeah, Artscape. Alana is the plug.
She the plug. All right, guys, y'all have a good night.